Hello world, it's Via. Welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited to record today's video because we're gonna be talking about TV shows that you can watch to improve your Brazilian Portuguese. Or should I do? Watching series and cartoons in Portuguese can really help you learn the language faster, but only if you choose the right ones. Because if you start with something too advanced, believe me, you're gonna be unmotivated by episode 2 and you're not gonna finish. Then you're gonna complain that you don't understand Brazilian slang and you don't understand the accent from the Northeast or from Rio and you're... Okay. Before you're going through this process, or if you already went through this process and now you're here, welcome. Other shows that I'm gonna be mentioning in today's video are divided into A1, A2, B1, B2, and C1, C2 level. If you don't know what this level means, basically in a nutshell, A1 and A2 is for beginners, B1, B2 for intermediate learners, and C1 and C2 for advanced learners who can comprehend slangs, different accents, fast spoken language, things like that. B2, intermediate, so you can communicate about a lot of topics, but you can struggle a bit to understand more complex sentences or perhaps regionalisms, things like that. And A1 and A2, you're starting the language, you're a beginner, you're, getting used to the language, you can communicate about simple topics, basically. That's it. This is the CEFR levels, but if you want to know more about these levels, I'll add a link in the description so you can check it out. So let's start with the first one. First one is available on YouTube and it's called Turma da Mônica. This one is a classic Brazilian cartoon that I think everybody in Brazil knows. It's pretty popular and it's about a group of friends who are living their childhood together. Quick disclaimer, it's also important to say that this cartoon is very famous because before being a cartoon, it was actually a comic books. So they were available for kids from different generations and I read them when I was younger, so if you're Brazilian, for sure you know it. And although it's for kids, it's actually really good to watch it. Like if you're not doing anything, you don't really have to think. And why is it so great for beginners? Well, in my personal opinion, I think it's good because first, you're gonna get a glimpse of Brazilian culture. So you're gonna be able to watch something that Brazilians actually watched and read when they were young, and I think that's awesome. Second, they have a clear pronunciation with the exception of Cebolinha, that if you watch it, you will know why. But also there's a lot of everyday dialogue, so all the situations that involve the kids, they're usually in a very casual context, so you will learn a lot of vocabulary about the house, about, solving problems, but nothing too absurd. I think the vocabulary is good for beginners and you ended up learning a lot of new words. Second one is O Show da Luna. This one is fantastic for beginners because Luna is a super curious girl who's always excited to learn more about why things are the way they are. Basically, with her brother, they're gonna discover about the truths of the world, such as why is the sky blue? So in a nutshell, in every episode, they're gonna answer a question that Luna and her brother Jupiter have. And honestly, it's very entertaining, not gonna lie. When my cousin was watching, I was kind of engaged as well because I was like, well, okay, so why is this cartoon so good for beginners? Well, first of all, you're gonna learn how to formulate questions in Portuguese and you will notice a pattern between them. Second, you're gonna learn a bit of scientific terms, but very superficial. And also there is, a family lore, so you ended up learning more about vocabulary related to family members. And third, you will pick up simple verbs and daily expressions, so I think that's awesome. And you can also find it available on YouTube. Third one, for beginners, I know that I'm recommending a bunch of cartoons, but guys, believe me, when you're a beginner, that's what you need to watch because that's really, really, really helpful because of the pronunciation. But this one, in my defense, it's not that... it's still a cartoon, but it's not for young kids. I would say that it's for preteens. I don't know, I watched when I was 15, 14, I guess. And I love it. It was pretty cool. It's called Zika e os Camaleões. You can find it on YouTube as well. Unfortunately, it's not a new episode, so you just have a few episodes. You can watch it everything, I think, in a whole day. It's available on YouTube, as I said, and it's good because it will talk about subjects related to teenage life. In a nutshell, Zika is a teenage girl with artistic dreams, so she dreams of having a rock band. She has a lot of personality, and it talks about dilemmas and things that we go through when we are teenagers. So in my opinion, the slang and the fast speech, not the fast, make it a very good combination for you to let cartoons, like kids shows a bit aside, and it's a good step for you to start watching something that it's a bit more fast. So again, it's modern, it's relatable, it introduces you to informal speech. It's great, honestly. And by the way, guys, if you want to watch a very famous cartoon or movie, the chances that this cartoon or movie is translated to Portuguese are very, very high, so you can definitely watch it. But I made an effort in this video to only include Brazilian series and cartoons, so that's my idea, because for sure you can find Shrek in Portuguese, for sure you can find Moana in Portuguese, but these ones were produced by Brazilians, so... Alright guys, kids out, and now let's talk about...
Kids out?
Now let's talk about B1 and B2 series and shows that you can watch if you're an intermediate learner. Let's go. First one, and you guys are gonna judge me, but...
Again, who cares, right?
This one is called Love is Blind Brazil, but in Brazil it's actually not called Love is Blind, it's Casamento às Cegas, and it's really good. I've watched a few seasons because I like some drama, but I understand if you guys are not really into reality shows.
I totally get that. I think I'm not really into reality.
But the thing is, okay, let me defend this show before you guys judge. First of all, it's good. That's not a good defense, but it's not the best. But it's very good for you to learn everyday words, understand real spoken Portuguese, as well as see the differences between different accents. And I think that's enough. That's a good argument. Come on. You will hear different accents, different ways of talking, slangs, and really modern and updated slangs and expressions, as well as the real flow of Brazilians speaking. And if you don't know what Casamento às Cegas or Love is Blind Brazil is, it's basically
single men and women who
gave up on Tinder and
and are trying to find love, but they believe that love is blind. So they stay in two rooms that they cannot see each other, they only hear it. And basically they talk for like 10 minutes and
3 episodes later, they're in love and they want to get married.
And then when they, match, they meet each other, they're either impressed
or they don't like how they look, and then the program kind of failed because you said you think love is blind.
Anyways, I'm giving you spoilers. You have single ladies and single gentlemen. They get to know each other through their voices only, and then they go into a honeymoon and then wedding. Oh, this one is really good, and I don't accept any critics against it. Okay, if you guys don't like it, keep it to yourself. I don't want to know. It's called Back to 15 or De Volta aos 15. The main character of this show is actually a very popular and famous actress in Brazil. Her name is Maísa. So if you look up her name on the internet, you'll probably find a lot of videos, shows. She has her own program right now on TV, but you will also find a lot of movies that are very easy to watch because of the plots and the storyline. So it's actually very good. But talking about Back to 15, the show presents a 30-year-old woman called Anita, like the singer Anita, but with one T. And she mysteriously, did I say that right? Travels to the past, and then she becomes 15 again. So she ends up getting a second chance to change her whole life. She's also 15 in the early 2000s, so you guys will see a lot of references to early 2000s in Brazil, which is a bit different from the US. But I think it's really cool for you guys to notice the difference. And it shows both sides, so it shows the teenage life with teenage expressions and slangs and characters, but also it shows moments and vocabulary and ways of talking. So I think you have the best of both worlds, and it's a really good show. I think it has 3 seasons. I'm not sure, but it's really good. I recommend watching. I forgot to mention, but Love is Blind and Back to 15 are both available on Netflix, so you can watch it there. Third show for intermediate is O Surreal Mundo de Annie Malu. Yeah. That was quite long, but this one is available on YouTube. It's actually a YouTube channel focused on animation, and the main characters is Annie Malu. I put it in the intermediate category because I don't think it's easy for beginners to understand the jokes, the references they make, the memes, the fast speech. I don't think it's that easy for beginners, so I put in intermediate. I would consider B2, but it's really good because it's fast-paced, expressive, and loaded with internet slang. So if you want to know more about like internet slangs in Brazil, I think O Surreal Mundo de Annie Malu is very good.
If I'm not mistaken, it also became a cartoon on Cartoon Network Brazil. So as you can see, the YouTube channel actually became really big.
And it's awesome. It's really good. Alright, so now I think I'm talking to the future or the current advanced Portuguese students. Congratulations! Parabéns, pessoal! Vocês falam muito bem português, estão no C1. Caramba, parabéns! The first show I'm gonna recommend for more advanced learners, I would say it's 3%. Or in Portuguese, 3%. If you guys were teenagers when Twilight, Harry Potter, and Hunger Games were coming out, you guys will love this series. It's called 3%, as I said, and it talks about a dystopian Brazilian reality. There is this island which people are very poor. Yeah, definitely not a dystopic and distant from reality, but anyways, people are really poor, but when they're 20 years old, if I'm mistaken, they have to they have to take a test and test their skills to know if they will be able to live in paradise. And well, not everyone passes. Perhaps you can remember the title.
Yeah, only 3% are approved.
So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't think I finished, but just because I was lazy, because I think I got to the last season or something. It's a very good show, honestly. I remember when I watched, I had a crush on Rafael. I know he's a complicated character, let's phrase it like that.
But I thought he looked cute.
If you guys actually watch this series, please comment, because I'm curious to know. And let's go to the final one. This last one is definitely C1, C2 level because it's about crime, white-collar crime. The mechanism, or o mecanismo, is inspired by real events from the Lava Jato corruption investigation.
Yeah, guys, it's giving Latin American core, I know.
But basically, this show will follow federal police officers uncovering a huge political and corporate scandal in Brazil. And it's definitely an advanced show for you to watch because you will learn a lot of political terms. You will learn technical terms related to, as I said, politics, corruption, crimes, things like that. So you're gonna have a more heavy vocabulary. And in my opinion, it's very good for learners who want to watch, you know, news and more serious media in Portuguese. So that's my list. I really hope you guys liked. I decided to start a series with Portuguese specifically because it's my native language. So of course I'm gonna start with it. But if you guys want to see series from other languages that you can watch, such as Spanish shows, French shows, German, English. Not German because I haven't learned this language yet, but the languages I know, I can definitely help you guys with that. And just tell me in the comments which language you want next. And that's it. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give a thumbs up, and I see you in the next video. Bye!